Imagine a Hawaii untouched by the influences of the Western world, where land was not a commodity to be bought and sold, but a shared resource to be managed and cared for. This was the Hawaii before the Great Mahale of 1848, a time when the ancient Ahupua'a system ensured sustainable resource management and equitable land distribution among the population. But this idyllic way of life was not to last. The Great Mahale, a pivotal event in Hawaiian history, transformed the very fabric of Hawaiian society, altering land ownership patterns and reshaping its economy. In this video, we'll delve into the events leading up to the Mahale itself, and the sweeping changes it brought about. If you find our content engaging and wish to support us, do consider liking this video or subscribing to our channel. So join us on this journey as we unravel the profound impact of the Great Mahale on Hawaii. To understand the impact of the Mahale, we first need to delve into the ancient Hawaiian land division system known as the Ahupua'a system. This ingenious system, which could be likened to a pie sliced from the mountain to the sea, was a sustainable way to manage resources and distribute land among the population. Each Ahupua'a contained all the resources needed for a community to thrive, from fertile lands for farming to fishing grounds and forests for hunting and gathering. Now let's shift our focus to the social and political structure of Hawaii before the arrival of Europeans. The society was hierarchical, guided by the ali'i, or chiefs, who were believed to be descended from the gods. These ali'i controlled the Ahupua'a, ensuring the resources were shared and managed sustainably. Alongside the ali'i was the kapu system, a set of sacred laws that dictated every aspect of life, from what one could eat to the paths. But everything began to change in 1778, when Captain James Cook, a British explorer, made the first documented contact with the Hawaiian Islands. This marked the beginning of a gradual increase in foreign influence. European ships brought new technologies, new diseases, and new ideas, all of which began to reshape Hawaiian society. The kapu system came under strain as Hawaiians grappled with these foreign concepts, and the ali'i sought to maintain control amidst the changing times. This increasing foreign influence set the stage for significant changes in Hawaiian society. It led to shifts in societal values, governance, and ultimately, the way the land was owned and managed. But that's a story for the next scene. Stay tuned as we delve into the pressures that led to the great transformation known as the Mahale. As foreign influence grew, so did the pressure on Hawaii to adapt. We're no longer isolated paradises, but pawns in a global game of power and control. The states and Britain, seeing the strategic and economic potential of Hawaii, began to exert increasing pressure. They wanted Hawaii to adopt Western concepts of land ownership, a system that was fundamentally different from the communal Ahupua'a system. In midst of these changes, a leader emerged who sought to balance the old and the new. King Kamehameha III, acutely aware of the encroaching foreign powers, took steps to modernize Hawaii's legal system. Goal was to protect Hawaiian sovereignty while simultaneously promoting progress. He sought advice from Western advisors, navigating the delicate balance between tradition and modernity. The Western influence was not limited to political and economic spheres. With their fervent belief in the civilizing power of Christianity had a profound impact on Hawaiian society. They worked closely with the Hawaiian monarchy and elite, influencing everything from education to governance. These missionaries, many of whom were from New England, brought with them not only their religion but also their cultural values and norms. They saw the communal land system as primitive and encouraged the adoption of a system based on private ownership, believed this would lead to economic development and civilization. These changes were not just about land, were about power, control, and identity. As Western values seeped into the fabric of Hawaiian society, they began to erode traditional norms and structures. The kapu system, once the cornerstone of Hawaiian society, was abolished. The ali'i, who had once been revered and powerful, saw their authority challenged. These shifts in societal values and governance paved the way for the Great Mahale of 1848, a landmark event, a seismic shift that would forever change the landscape of Hawaii. It was a path paved with good intentions, but also fraught with challenges and unintended consequences. But that, dear listeners, is a story for the next scene. In 1848, the Great Mahale forever changed the landscape of Hawaii, marking a stark departure from the traditional Ahupua'a system to a Western-style private land ownership structure. King Kamehameha III, influenced by Western advisors and missionaries, sought to modernize Hawaii's legal system while preserving its sovereignty. Through the Mahale, the king intended to divide the Hawaiian lands among the monarchy, the government, the chiefs, and the commoners. However, the process was more complex than it seemed. The commoners, or maka'inana, faced significant challenges in claiming their land rights. In a society where land ownership had been communal, the concept of private property was unfamiliar. The process to claim land was bureaucratic, requiring written documentation and formal surveys. Many commoners lacked the knowledge and resources to navigate this system, and the language barrier posed additional obstacles. The immediate effects of the Mahale on land distribution were stark. The king and government retained about 40% of the land, while the chiefs received roughly 42%. The remaining 18% was intended for the commoners. However, due to the aforementioned challenges, less than 1% of the land ended up in the hands of the commoners. The vast majority of the land remained under the control of the monarchy, the government, and the chiefs. This imbalance in land distribution was a significant departure from the Ahupua'a system, where resources were shared and managed for the benefit of the community. The Mahale disrupted this balance, paving the way for the commodification of land in Hawaii. It laid the foundation for the large-scale sugar plantations that would soon dominate the Hawaiian economy and landscape. While the Mahale intended to benefit all, the results were quite the opposite. The transformation from communal to private land ownership, coupled with the challenges faced by the commoners, resulted in a significant shift in the control and distribution of land in Hawaii. But the effects of the Mahale didn't stop there. As we'll see in the next scene, the Mahale set the stage for far-reaching changes that continue to shape modern Hawaiian society. The ripples of the Great Mahale are felt in Hawaii to this day, profoundly influencing the island's social, economic, and cultural landscape. The Mahale's most significant impact was the drastic decline in land held by native Hawaiians. As a result of the Mahale's complex land-claiming process and the commoners' lack of resources to navigate it, a large portion of the land ended up in the hands of a few ali'i and foreign settlers. This shift in land ownership patterns marked the end of centuries of communal land use, leaving many native Hawaiians dispossessed. The Mahale didn't just change who owned the land, it transformed the land itself into a commodity. For the first time in Hawaiian history, land could be bought, sold, and used as collateral, sparking a rush for land acquisition by foreign entrepreneurs and investors. This commodification of land laid the groundwork for the establishment of large-scale sugar plantations that would dominate the Hawaiian economy for over a century. The rise of these plantations brought about an influx of foreign laborers, dramatically changing the demographic makeup of the islands. Workers from China, Japan, the Philippines and Portugal arrived in droves, bringing their own cultures and traditions with them. These changes had profound implications for Hawaiian society and culture, leading to the loss of traditional livelihoods and the dilution of native Hawaiian identity. The Mahale also had far-reaching political implications. The shift in land ownership and the influx of foreign settlers contributed to the erosion of Hawaiian sovereignty, paving the way for the overthrow of the Hawaiian monarchy and the eventual annexation of Hawaii by the United States. The Mahale marked a turning point in Hawaii's history, its effects still shaping the islands today. It serves as a stark reminder of the power of land ownership, the complexities of cultural assimilation, and the struggle for indigenous rights and sovereignty. We delve deeper into the legacy of the Mahale. We're not just exploring a chapter in Hawaiian history, but a narrative that echoes in indigenous struggles across the globe. As we reflect on the Great Mahale, we can see how it fundamentally shaped modern Hawaiian society. This seismic shift in land ownership patterns was more than an administrative overhaul. It was a tectonic shift that forever altered the landscape of Hawaii. The commodification of land echoed through the corridors of time, paving the way for large-scale plantations and a flood of foreign labor, dramatically changing the demographic makeup of the islands. The Mahale's ripples touched every corner of Hawaiian life, from traditional livelihoods to the very essence of Hawaiian sovereignty and culture. This pivotal event continues to reverberate in present-day discussions on land rights and indigenous sovereignty. It's a stark reminder of the delicate balance needed to preserve indigenous rights while navigating the currents of change. As we continue to grapple with these issues, the history and legacy of the Great Mahale serve as a powerful reminder of the struggles and resilience of the Hawaiian people.